Hi everyone, it's Kerry back with you today. I'm here with S in the ABC April 2026 challenge, hosted by Margaret and Tony. Links will be in the description box below to the ladies' channels. And I've got a really quick and simple video for you today. Silhouette stamping. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just point out a few things that I think are great about it. You can use it to embellish a page, and of course, because it's on the page, it's not adding any bulk to your journal, so you're able to sort of decorate a page without creating any more bulk. They are really quick and easy to do and great for mass making. Now, a few things to think about when you are doing it is, in my opinion, you need a really boldish stamp. It doesn't have to be a big stamp, but it just needs to be bold so that what you're stamping kind of stands out off the page. And your ink pad that you're stamping in black needs to be a nice, good, juicy ink pad. If your ink pad is a bit too dry, you won't get a really nice, crisp image. Now, I prefer, when I'm doing this sort of stamping, I prefer to use VersaFine Clair. This is Nocturne. I just find it gives a really nice crisp image and the ink pad's nice and juicy. You do need to be careful once you've stamped it. It does take a little bit longer to dry than say Archival, I find. But I'll pop these over to the side and we will make a couple together. So I'm using circle stencils for the silhouette, but you could use any shape, or you could even not have a shape and just sort of pop some ink down on the page, even perhaps like we did in the negative space video from N. So I'm just going to bring a couple of inks in colours that play well together. So I've got Bundled Sage and Peacock Feathers, and I'm just going to clean this stencil off a little bit. I don't really mind if some of the colour goes onto my page, but we'll do it properly. If you were going to mass make them, I would do all of the stenciling part first. So we'll just do that now. I've got 3 here. And I'm going to come in with my darker colour first. And I'm just going to sort of brush some of that ink off to begin with so that I don't get a real big blob right where I'm trying to stencil. So I'm going to add 2 colours to this circle. So I'm going to just concentrate on one side and just add a little bit of ink down. It doesn't have to be much, and you'll be surprised when you lift it off how much ink has actually been put down. So then I'm just going to come in with the other green. Now I don't want to move my stencil. I probably should have taped it down, and I'm just going to come in from the other side with the other green. Just let it blend through. And then when I lift the stencil off, it doesn't look like much, but you'll see you get a nice sort of sharp edge. And this side's a little bit less so because I didn't put as much ink down. So I'll just do these other 2 as well. Alright, so I've got my 3 stenciled circles here in various degrees. So if you want to keep it really basic, you can just come in with a stamp. So I'll just take this one here. I'll just pop these over to the side for a sec. And I recommend testing your stamp the first time you stamp it, just to make sure there's no debris or anything that's gotten on there that's going to make your image not quite right. And I want the top of my image to be within the stenciled circle area. And I don't mind if the bottom part of the stamp sticks out. So just press that down for a sec to let the ink transfer. And then you get a nice little silhouette there. So you could leave it at that and just call that done. I'll just pop some other images on here. So I've got a flower here. It's like a daisy or gerber or something. And I'm going to add one very bold flower. Then I'm going to remove my stamp. I'm going to move it down a little bit and sort of offset it, and I'm going to stamp again. So that's a second generation stamp, and you'll get sort of like more of a ghost print than a solid image. But it just gives the illusion that perhaps that flower is a little bit further back than this than this bold flower. And for this third one, before I stamp it, I'm going to come in with, I've got a little splatter stencil here. So I just want to use the same green colour, and I'm going to lay the stencil over the top. Now I want to make sure that I don't go over the lines of the stencil, or I'll get a harsh line. If you feel like you don't have enough room on the stencil, you can always use a post-it note or something to block off a little bit extra. And I'm just going to come in and pop some ink through those holes there. Move my stencil up to the top here and do the same thing. So I've sort of got that splattery stardust effect. There we go. So that just gives a little bit more interest in the background, and you could use any kind of stencil. You could use flowers. I think I've got one here where this one here I used a flower stencil just to pop something different in the background. So then I'll come in, might do mushrooms this time. Then I've got some smaller mushrooms here. I'm just going to ink up my stamp, but then I'm going to stamp it off because I want these to look like they're sort of further in the background. There we go. So at this point you can come in with some labels or other little bits and pieces of interest, like a piece of torn book page or something. So let's have a look. So maybe I want to come in with something like that. Just going to use glue stick for this. I'll just lay it over the top, and the extra bit, once it's dry, I can either cut it or sand it off. This one I'll just ink around the edge, just a little tiny bit. Alright, so I think I might leave those as they are. Just come in and trim this off. And then to finish off, I like to come in with gold splashes. just going to block off the label. There we go. So really super simple, and you could ink around the edges if you wanted to, or tear around the edges. But I really like it for just adding to a journal page so that you're not adding any more bulk, but you've got a bit of decoration on a page. So really quick and easy. These are some of the other ones that I've made. This one I've just used 2 different types of stamps and some labels. Very basic one there. And just a bit of a different stencil on that one, and then just layered a couple of different labels on that one. So very easy to mass make. And that is my Take 4S, surprisingly simple silhouette stamping or something. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. So I will be back tomorrow with something for tea. Got no idea what I'm going to do yet. I can see that the end is in sight now, so I shall keep plodding along and hopefully we'll get to the end together. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.